Good morning. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update for this Tuesday, the 26th of March, 2019, about 9:15 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Well, as you can see, an up day in the stock market. Traders are using the excuse that overnight interest rates seems to have stabilized, and you see that in the futures markets, which are flat. I don't know if that's a real reason to rally or not, but they're using it as that. Okay. You can see in the grain markets a mixed bag, as right now corn and beans down, and what we're going to wait on is this Friday's coming report, where we get stocks reports and ideas on acreage. That's going to be very important. Another market that's moving strongly to the upside, not carrying the metals with it, which is a little surprising, is the pressure coming up on the energies. This is certainly, I don't see it coming from world demand, as most economies have slowed down. So this is probably part and parcel of the Saudi impact of still taking oil off the market. Tonight we get the API numbers, and then tomorrow morning the EIA, so keep your eye on those. As you can see, the dollar up a little bit at the expense of a few of these currencies. In the pound, you got to worry, is Miss May, the UK Prime Minister, going to be able to stay in power? Is she going to turn in a resignation? She lost a key vote yesterday where Parliament's basically taking away her ability to negotiate. And the question is it going to be another referendum? Are they going to stay in get rid of Brexit and stay in the EU? Nobody seems to know, and it's been that way for a long time. In terms of the day's events, the conference board, you got a 124.1 reading. Prior month was revised to 131.4. I don't know why they revised it. The number was still there. The market had expected today a 132.5. So it's a miss. It's not a terrible number, but it's a miss. When you look at the present situation, that fell pretty far, from 173.5 to 160.6, and the expectations are not that high. When we come to Case-Shiller, we see that January prices from a year ago were up 3.6%, but when compared to December, they were down 0.2%, which keeps them in that little bit of a track of slipping back. But I'll tell you the numbers that just don't pick up is American housing. Starts in building. We've seen some improvement in existing home sales, but when you take a look at this, down 8.7% in the starts, building permits down 1.6%, and they revised the housing starts from January from 18.6 up to 11.7. I mean, that's almost a 50% reduction, 40%. Weekly retail sales, the good news is the consumer is still out there. If you look at it in March, we were still up 0.1% in the first 4 weeks, 4.8% the first 4 weeks of March versus a year ago, and 5.3% in the week ending versus a year ago week. That's all good. Here's weakness again. If you take a look at the Fed manufacturing, you got the index at 10 versus the prior 16. You have to go up to the employees to see the number that went up, but all the other numbers, I think at least, were either misses or just fair. And as I said, the rumors are swirling about Miss May. Will she be able to stay in power? So we got to bounce in the stock market. The question is, does it hold? And I think a lot of people that got caught might be looking at this market and wondering what to do with it. I want to remind you, I write special reports, and I wrote my gold report. So it's going to include the seasonal charts. It's going to be on gold only this time. I think it's really important if you haven't seen what I do on these. And instead of writing, I'm doing them as short video reports. I think they make a lot more sense. You can stop them. You can study the charts and see what I'm talking about. So go to our website. It's the best way to view it, www.iraepstein.com. Under the word education, you'll see Ira's video report for the gold market. That's the way to do it. If you have a problem in any manner, call my staff at 866-973-2077. Enjoy the report, and I'll see you this afternoon.